Hey ladies, now I'm going to show you my spaghetti squash and we're going to talk about why this has everything to do with sugar daddy energy. This spaghetti squash right here took me only 14 minutes to cook. I did not need to boil water. I did not need to take a sharp knife and try to cut it while it was rock hard. I didn't have to use the oven. I didn't have to do anything like that. I just had the proper tool and the proper timing. And this is exactly the way sugar ladies handle their men. If a man wants access to your time and your energy and your softness, he needs to make your life easier, not harder. The way this Instapot does for me makes it easy to manage my spaghetti squashes, just like men need to be easy to manage or they are not worth it. Look at how nicely my spaghetti squash is falling apart. Look at how shreddable it is inside after only 14 minutes. Look, this is the way men are. When they're dealing with a woman that values herself, men become soft. They become easy to manage, easy to deal with. They soften, they open up, and they stop being complicated. Sugar ladies do not overwork for anything, not for their food and definitely not for men. So 14 minutes in the Instapot, and then I use scissors. Ladies, yes, I use scissors to cut all my food. I know it's weird, but it makes my life so much easier. I just go like this, and I cut all the yucky stuff right out of the middle. Just chop it right out and get rid of it immediately, like we do with men. There's certain things with my SDs, like John, for instance, and even like Michael. There's certain things I just chop out of the relationship and I just do not deal with. Like, for instance, Michael and his problem with infidelity. Well, I chopped that part out of my life. How did I chop that part out of my life? I stopped going to bed with him. It's just simply chopped out. It's no longer an issue in our relationship because we no longer have that physical intimacy. I had to chop it out because it's like the middle of this spaghetti squash. Gross and completely useless to me. See this stuff? Gross and completely useless. Now, I'm just going to use my hand. Get all the seeds out. This is the crap I don't need. This is a crap I don't need from men. And then I just keep the part that I like, which is all this. I like all this here. Yes, I'm doing it a little sloppy because I'm holding the camera and I gotta make this work, ladies. And like with John, for instance, my second runner-up SD, the parts of him I don't like his long freaking emails and his drama, I simply don't respond. I just don't open the emails unless, of course, I want to read them to entertain you ladies, but I just don't engage. I just chop it out of my life. It's just not part of our relationship. It's not part of my existence. I just act like it's not there. I get rid of it and I act like it's not there. And then I keep the parts of him I do like. You know, the parts of him I do like? I like that he pays for facelifts. I like that he pays for Mercedes. I like that he pays for trips and all different kinds of courses. I like that he gives me cash. And some things about his personality I do like sometimes. So I just keep the stuff I like and get rid of the stuff I don't like. Just like I'm doing with the spaghetti squash. So, ladies, here's the spaghetti squash. This is what spaghetti squash looks like. I know a lot of you have never seen a spaghetti squash before, but lots of people for some reason have been messaging me, telling me to talk about spaghetti squash and how I cook mine. So here we go. This video is long overdue. Then you just go like this, and you just scrape out the spaghetti squash. You scrape it all out, and you put it into a bowl, and you can put spaghetti sauce on it. You can put Parmesan cheese. You can put like some meat on there if you want. However you want to make it. You can put oil on there, salt. I usually put some basmati rice. I like to mix basmati rice with it and spaghetti squash, and it tastes a lot like spaghetti. I love it. It's healthy. It's low calorie. It's really good for your body. It's simple and easy to make if you know how to make it, okay? Making it in the oven, I think, is a bit harder. It takes a lot longer and it's a lot more effort for me. And I don't like having to cut it in half first with the knife when it's rock hard like this one right here. That's just too hard for me. I don't like doing hard things, like cutting hard things with knives. So I just put it in the Instant Pot completely whole, and it softens up enough that I can cut it open and I can get all the good stuff out. Oh, and the cleanup, ladies. And look at the cleanup, ladies. All I have to do is take this pot and rinse it out. I don't even need to put any soap in there. I just rinse it out. This is how I like my cooking. Simple, easy, not a lot of time, not a lot of messy things to clean up after. I like my cooking like this, and I like my relationships like this. This is why I personally have been in sugar relationships and why I've not been married. Because when it's over, when it's finished, okay, when I've gotten what I've wanted, when I've extracted the value, when I have taken out the yucky stuff from the middle and thrown it in the garbage because I don't want it to be part of my life, okay, when I've gotten what I wanted, I've extracted the value, I've thrown away the bad part, when it's all said and done, there's an easy cleanup. This is how my relationships are too. Because I don't get legally married to any of these men, there's no joint bank accounts and, you know, combined finances and, you know, his name on my credit report or, you know, my name on his credit report and sharing debts and all this kind of stuff and, you know, sharing children and going to divorce court and trying to get alimony and separate all of our assets and child custody. It's messy cleanup for the amount of value I extracted out of it. It's just not worth it. I like it simple and easy. I like my food simple and easy. And I like my relationships with men simple and easy, where I can benefit. And when it's time to go, I can go and the cleanup is fast and I can just move on with my life. So that's my spaghetti squash sugar relationship lesson for today. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about my spaghetti squash, and I have to find clever ways to do this, because if I just straight up start talking about spaghetti squash only, it's going to mess up the algorithm and it actually hurts my channel. I'm supposedly too scattered, and with my video topics, I need to tie them all in to the theme of the channel. So ladies, I hope you guys all want to try spaghetti squash now. I hope those of you who've never had it before, you will go try it out. It's you cannot find it in the Dominican Republic. Unfortunately, I only eat this pretty much every day when I'm in the United States, and when I'm in Puerto Rico, we have them in Puerto Rico, which is weird because Puerto Rico is right next to the Dominican Republic, and the DR just doesn't have them. I've never found a spaghetti squash there. So I enjoy these pretty much daily for lunch and dinner in the United States, and keeps me looking good, feeling good, super healthy. It's a great weight loss food. It's a great just overall health food if that's what you're looking for, and enjoy it, okay? And if you are struggling cutting these hard, rock hard spaghetti squashes and putting them in the oven and baking them, if that's hard for you, then try the Instant Pot. It's super fast and you do not have to cut them first, okay? 14 minutes for like a small to medium size spaghetti squash. I do not recommend getting the big ones because they won't fit in the Instant Pot. So if you use Instacart to buy your spaghetti squashes, make sure you put a note in the order to tell your shopper not to get you the big ones. Tell them to just get you the smallest ones they have, and just get like multiples of them, and you can just cook them one at a time. And like, seriously, it's only about 14 minutes. If it's too small, I'll do like 11 minutes. And if it needs more time, you know, I'll just pop it back in. But this is by far the best way to make spaghetti squash that I have found. Simplest cleanup, lowest amount of effort. Just like I like my men and relationships. I like my men hard on the outside and soft on the inside. Okay, ladies, talk to you later. Bye for now. Here we go, ladies. Here's the final product. Of course, mine is on a food scale because I weigh and measure my meals. So underneath is the spaghetti squash. I put 6 ounces of it. And then there's 3 ounces of beans. I use cannellini beans and red beans. I like to mix them together. And then 2 ounces of basmati rice. This is just microwavable basmati rice. It's one of my favorite things. I eat it every single day. And I have 0.5 ounces of olive oil. And then 3 ounces of spaghetti sauce. And I used garlic salt, Himalayan sea salt, and my favorite, Spike. I put Spike on everything. So there it is. There you have it. It's one of my favorite meals, and a lot of people have been asking me about it, so I know it's shown up in a lot of my videos, and you guys have heard me talking about it a lot. So here's the rest of the spaghetti squash. I'll eat this one tomorrow. And it's really healthy food. It's good for you. It tastes good. And if you're the type of person you're not good at eating vegetables, well, you could eat this and you'll be eating vegetables, and it doesn't feel like you're eating vegetables. And like, let's say you're trying to be on a low carb diet, this is a great way to eat pasta. It tastes similar enough to pasta, especially once the sauce and everything is on it, that you'll get used to it and you'll feel like you're eating pasta. Like, I do not miss pasta at all because I have my spaghetti squash every day. Okay, ladies, talk to you later. Bye for now.